Hello everyone, myself Dilip Udani, and today I will teach you these topics, that is definition of tuple, creation of tuple, accessing elements of tuple, tuple versus immutability, and mathematical operators for tuple. So let's start. First of all, we will see definition of tuple. Tuple is exactly same as list except that it is immutable. That is, once we create tuple object, we cannot perform any changes in that object. Hence, tuple is read-only version of list. If our data is fixed and never changes, then we should go for tuple. Insertion order is preserved, duplicates are allowed, heterogeneous objects are allowed. We can preserve insertion order and we can differentiate duplicate objects by using index. Hence, index will play very important role in tuple also. Tuple support two types of index, both positive and negative index. Now, what is the meaning of positive index? Positive index means forward direction. It is also called from left to right. And what is the meaning of negative index? Negative index means backward direction. It is also called from right to left. We can represent tuple elements within parentheses. It means open brackets and with comma separator. Compulsory, you have to separate the element of the tuple by comma separator. Parentheses are optional but recommended to use. Now we will see how to create the tuple, that is creation of tuple. Now first of all we will see creation of empty tuple. For example, t equals to these open parentheses, then after print type of t. So what will be the output? That is class tuple. We have to take special care about single valued tuple. Compulsory, the value should ends with comma, otherwise it is not treated as tuple. How I will make you understand this concept with the help of example. See, now we have creation of single value tuple. For example, t equals to, in open parenthesis we have written a single value, that is 10 only, and we haven't written the comma separator after 10, so it will not treated as tuple. Print of t, then after print of type of t. So what will be the output in this case? Print of t will give us the value 10 and print of type of t will give us the class int. So whenever we create a single value tuple, we have to take care of comma separator after that particular element. How? I will just make you understand again this with the help of one example. See, we have the example t equals to 10 and then after we have to write down this comma separator, then after print of t, print of type of t. So what is the output? For print of t we have tuple 10 and just see we have comma over here also, and for this print of type of t we have class, that is tuple. So whenever you will create a single valued tuple, then you have to keep in mind the comma separator after a single value. Now we will see creation of multi-value tuple. For example, in variable t we are going to write down different values. Over here we have written 10, 20, 30, 40. In this way we can create a multi-value tuple. Print of t, then after print of type of t. So what is the output? For print of t we have these element in parenthesis, that is 10, 20, 30, 40. And what is the print of type of t? That is nothing but class tuple. Now we will see how to create a tuple using tuple function, that is creation of tuple using tuple function. So we have one example based on this concept. T equals to tuple of range of 10, 20, 2. So what this range function will do, it will give us the value from 10 to 20 minus 1 by keeping the step size of 2. Then after print of t, so what will be the output? We will be having even values from 10 onwards till 19. So we have 10, 12, 14, 16 and 18. Now I will show you the output of all these programs in PyCharm. See, this is the example of creation of an empty tuple. Now I will just run this program. Click on this run button. Now you can see that the type is class tuple and we have an empty tuple. Now this is the example of a single value tuple, but we haven't written comma over here, so it will not give us the tuple. Now I will just run this program. Click on this run button. You can see that for this print of t we have value 10 and print of type of t will give us class int. Now this is the example of creation of single value tuple. I will just run this program. Now you can see for this print of t we have 10 comma, and then after for this print of type of t we have class tuple. Now this is the example of creation of multi-value tuple. Now I will just run this program. Click on this run button. Now you can see the output. For this print of t statement we have 10, 20, 30, 40, and print of type of t will give us class as tuple. Now this is the example of creation of tuple using tuple function. Now I will just run this program. Click on run button. Now you can see the output as discussed with you, that is 10, 12, 14, 16 and 18. Now we will see next topic, that is accessing elements of tuple. We can access elements of tuple either by index or by slice operator. So first of all we will see accessing elements of tuple by using index methods. So for example, we have created a tuple t that is equals to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. So print of t of 0. So what will be the output of this print statement? At index 0 we have 10. So the output of this print statement will be 10. Print of t of minus 1. So minus index will start from right to left. So the index of this 60 element is minus 1. Index of this 50 element is minus 2 and so on. So print of t of minus 1 will give us the value 60. So the output of this print statement, that is 60. Now print of t of 100, you can see that index 100 is not present in tuple t. So it will give us an error. So the output of this print statement, that is nothing but index error, that is tuple index out of range. Now we will see accessing elements of tuple by using slice operator. For example, we have created one tuple t, and in this tuple t we have these elements from 10 to 60. Print of t of 2 colon 5. So what will be the output of this print statement? We will be having elements from index 2 to 5 minus 1, that is 4. So we will be having elements from index 2 to 4. This element is present at index 0. This one is at index 1. This one is at index 2. This one is at index 3. This one is at index 4. And this one is at index 5. So the elements present from index 2 to 4 are 30, 40 and 50. So the output of this print statement, that is 30, 40 and 50. Now print of t of 2 colon 100 will print the elements from index 2 onwards till end, because this is the index number 100 and 100 minus 1, that is 99. So this print statement will print all the elements from index 2 onwards. So that is 30, 40, 50 and 60. So the output of this print statement, that is 30, 40, 50 and 60. Now finally print of T of colon 2. Now you can see over here begin and end index are not defined, so it will print the elements from begin index and it will print all the elements by taking the step size of 2. So it will start from 10, will take step size of 2. So first element is 10, next 30 and finally 50. So the output of this print statement, that is 10, 30, 50. Now I will show you the output of this program in PyCharm. See, I have written the same program over here. This is the accessing of elements using index method. I will just run this program. Click on this run button. You can see the same output as discussed with you. Print of T of 0 will give us 10. Print of T of minus 1 will give us 60. And print of T of 100 will give us an error. And what is that? That is index error, tuple index out of range. See, again I have written the same program over here. This is accessing of elements using slice operator. Now I will just run this program. Click on this run button. Now you can see the same output as discussed with you. For this print of T of 2 colon 5, we have 30, 40, 50. Now for this print statement, we have this one as output, that is 30, 40, 50, 60. And finally for this print statement, we have output as 10, 30, 50. And I have already discussed with you the output of this program. Now we will see this topic, that is tuple versus immutability. Once we create tuple, we cannot change its content. Hence tuple objects are immutable. For example, T equals to 10, 20, 30, 40, T of 1 equals to 70. We cannot assign 70 to this tuple, that is T. So what is the output in this case? That is type error. Tuple object does not support item assignment. Now we will see this last topic, that is mathematical operators for tuple. We can apply plus and star operators for tuple. So first is concatenation operator, that is plus operator. So for example, T1 that is equals to 10, 20, 30 and T2 that is 40, 50, 60 and we have written T3 that is equals to T1 plus T2. So with the help of this concatenation operator plus, we are adding the elements of T1 and T2. Actually, we are combining the elements of T1 and T2 and those elements will be assigned to variable T3. So print of T3, so what will be the output? That is the elements of T1, that is 10, 20, 30. Then after elements of T2, that is 40, 50, 60. In this way, we can combine the elements of tuple T1 and T2 to have the tuple T3. Now second one is multiplication operator or repetition operator star. I will just make you understand this concept with the help of example. We have created tuple T1 and in tuple T1 we have these three elements, that is 10, 20 and 30. Now we are going to create tuple T2, that is equals to nothing but we are going to multiply T1 by 3, that is T1 star 3. So what will be the elements of T2? In T2 we will be having 10, 20 and 30 3 times. So print of T2 will give us the output as 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. Now I will show you the output of these programs in PyCharm. See, I have written the same program over here for plus operator. I will just run this program. Click on this run button. Now you can see the same output as discussed with you. The elements of T1 and T2 are combined to have the elements of T3, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. See, I have written the same program for multiplication operator also. I will just run this program. Click on this run button. Now in T2 we'll be having the elements of T1 3 times. In T1 we have 10, 20, 30. So in T2 we will be having these elements 3 times, that is 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. So in today's lecture we have seen the definition of tuple, creation of tuple, how to access the elements of tuple using index method and using slice operator method. Then after we have seen tuple versus immutability, and finally we have seen the mathematical operators for tuple, and we have seen various examples based on these topics. Thank you for watching this video.